Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and the morning market preparation video for October 20th, 2017. So yesterday I made the comment to just stick with your plan, to make sure not to panic, to not try to make snap decisions. Stick with your trading plan. I said there was even a possibility, I said yesterday, that the market could rally. And that wasn't a prediction. It was just simply more than just, it was just watching. We're in a very strong trend. That's all it is. And we get these shock waves from time to time. And it wasn't a prediction. It was just stay with your trade plan, stay with your rules. That's what I meant by that. And not to try and predict something. Well, what ended up happening yesterday was really quite remarkable. The bulls really stepped up and came back, roaring back throughout the day. Just kept getting stronger and stronger as they built this back up. The diamonds actually closed at a new record high, and it's gapping up this morning substantially, 70, 80 points this morning. Now, part of what's going on, if you've never been involved in a short squeeze, that's what we're happening, and what is partially fueling this. There were so many people, because we've been up so long, anticipating a sell-off. They just knew that the market had to sell off. And so as soon as there was an indication of some bearishness, they jumped short. They flipped over, went short the market. And as the bulls started pushing this back, squeezing them, they're actually being forced to buy to cover, adding to the rally. So it's called a short squeeze, and it's a problem that I used to have a lot. I would get caught in these kind of things a lot when I was a lot younger and more inexperienced in the market. And what you end up finding yourself doing is always being in a fight with the market. And that's because you're trying to predict. If we try to predict, this should be a good lesson that markets are not predictable. All we can do as traders is follow our plan and follow our trades. If we get involved in this idea that we can predict, we're really taking our ego, putting it right out there on our shoulder where somebody's going to knock it off. Okay, we need to remove that ego from our trading. And so what I do to resolve, or what I did, the changes I had to make to resolve that problem is, as a market is rallying, I'm looking to take profits. I'm selling positions into strength. Okay. And then I just simply wait for the rollover to occur. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I want proof that it's going to happen before I get short. And that means I need to see some signals. I need to see some follow through. I need to see those things that give us very good shorting patterns, lower highs, failure patterns, like right here. I don't want to predict that it's going to happen. And consequently, those who did are being punished today to the benefit of the market. It's pushing the market higher. And I understand the pain that they're in. I really do, because it's an ugly feeling. Now, I'm not suggesting that the market should be up here. Okay, please understand that. I think we're way overbought. I think the market will eventually roll over. It could even be today. I don't know. All I do know is I'm not going to jump short. I'm not going to flip over until I see clues that give me that low risk entry. Predicting is one of those things that will always keep you on the side of fighting the market and being punished. Take that for what it's worth. SPY, beautiful rally off of that support yesterday. Another good example, don't short above price supports. We hit that price support and the bulls stepped in and rallied hard. Not a new closing high here on the SPY, but you can see we're going to get that new record high this morning at the open. Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs didn't recover as much. The Qs were the hardest hit yesterday. But as you can see, a nice little hammer pattern here. It requires some follow through, and it looks like we're going to get some of that follow through this morning. Now let's keep in mind that this follow through is only rallying us back to the price resistance of these top candles. So don't be wildly bullish here on the Qs unless we really see those bulls stepping up and pushing through. Okay. And then IWM, which has been the weakest of the bunch for sure. This really strong trend has just been resting. Doesn't seem to want to get going. And I've got this box drawn around this price pattern. I need to adjust it. There we go. You can see we came down here toward the lows, stripped out some lows, and then bounced right back. I still need to see follow through on this. I need this to break back through the top of this box before I would be looking to do anything long in IWM. Okay. So wild, crazy moves, and that is fairly common in a runaway type market like this. And remember, a lot of this is being fueled by earnings. We have lots of earnings reports coming out. Those earnings have been good so far, at least for the most part. And so companies are responding higher. That's going to make it really, really difficult for the market to roll over unless we start getting some ugly reports. Next week will tell a lot. We really hit earnings heavy next week. We have huge numbers next week in earnings, and it'll be interesting because we always get pretty crazy. Lots of volatility comes back into the market when we have big numbers of earnings. On the economic calendar today, we have existing home sales here at 10 o'clock this morning. They're expecting that to pull back a little bit. It still is an effect of the hurricanes. So the National Association of Realtors actually put out a report saying they expect the hurricanes to affect existing sales through the end of the year. So don't expect that to pop back up anytime soon. We have Fed speakers today, including Janet Yellen after the market closed today, and then the Treasury budget. Now, this Treasury budget has been on the calendar about every day. Seems like the government can't get their work done, and so they just keep moving it over another day. So no big deal. It usually does not move the market at all. On the calendar today, earnings calendar, we have had about 50 companies reporting today. One of the biggest was GE. GE reporting this morning before the bell, and I think it's already reported. Yeah, we're gapping significantly lower here on GE. GE has been in this massive decline, lost about 25% of its value so far this year. And I didn't see the report. I don't know what they came out with, but obviously the market did not like it. There was rumor that they may be reducing or removing their dividend yield, which has been really one of the only reasons people have stuck in there is because of the dividend yield. And so if they've reduced that or removed it completely, trying to hold on to some cash and recover, obviously they will be punished pretty hard for that. It looks like they're being punished pretty hard as it is right now, expecting to open down here around 22. Not a good sign for GE, but also notice that that's really not affecting the overall market. Even that bad report's not affecting the overall market. We also get a report from Procter & Gamble today. It looks like PG also has reported this morning, and they must have missed because we're gapping lower on Procter and Gamble this morning. So even with some ugly reports, we're showing bullish signs this morning with futures pushing higher. As of right now, Dow futures are indicating a better than an 80-point gap up in the Dow. Now that may not hold. Okay, we may see that gap up this morning turn into whipsaw price action. And what I mean by, I kind of described that yesterday, that whipsaw price action is when we get that gap up and that immediate selling into it, and it can whip both directions a couple of times when we're up here around market highs. So even though we're getting that big pump up this morning, pushing out all of those short traders being squeezed out, we could actually get a very quick reversal. So be watchful of that. Don't chase into this rally, I guess, is probably the moral to that story. All right. Well, hey, everyone. I want to wish everyone a great weekend. Great profits today. And if this is the first time you've seen this information, please do me a favor. Click those thumbs up buttons, give me those likes and drop a comment if you feel it's worthy. Also, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and the follow me button on Facebook so that you can get this information as soon as it gets put out in the morning. One last time, I want to wish you all a great weekend. Be safe. I'll see you right back here Monday morning. Take care, everyone.